Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Marvel Contest of Champions, and today we're gonna see if we can add Diablo, the latest character to enter the game, to our roster by opening up a couple of the, hopefully I'm pronouncing this right, the Scholomantics crystal. Hopefully that's pronounced it right. But today's crystal opening is gonna be kind of like a different objective than normal, because while Diablo is the featured champion, I don't really want him. Well, Diablo is a very interesting looking character. From what I've heard about him, he's not a very good character, basically, is what I'm going to try to say here. Looks like he starts off really good, but then, like, immediately is going downhill already and ends up being, like, garbage. So, not super hyped about him, honestly. More what I'm kind of interested in getting are some of the other kind of, like, sub-feature champions. So, specifically, like, Darkhawk and Aegon. Don't have either of those guys, would love to pick one of them up, like a 4-star version of either of those champions would be absolutely amazing. Darkhawk especially, getting a 4-star of him would be awesome, but it's also another shot at the Thing as well, which again, would be really awesome, but we're not going to waste any time today. In the last featured crystal opening, I got notes from you guys saying that I talk a lot before I do the crystal openings, so I'm not going to do that today. We're going to jump right into this thing and get going with the crystal openings. But yeah, Diablo, admittedly, even though he is the featured champion, not very high on my list. Like, yeah, for the collection, be nice to get him, but if I'm gonna get like a 4-star out of here, well, it's not very likely. If I am gonna get a 4-star featured champion, I don't want it to be Diablo. I'd be perfectly fine with a 3-star version of him, but admittedly, it'd be kind of nice to avoid the 4-star. If I get, like, for example, if I had like a 4-star champion, like credit token or something that Kabam would have given me, I'm not using it for Diablo. Again, I'd use it for like Darkhawk or Aegon or someone else that's been better out of the last little group. I mean, Night Thrasher would be cool as well. I do have the 3-star version of him already, so I don't need him for collection's sake. But getting a 4-star version of him would be pretty cool as well. He's a pretty fun character to use. But the real, not looking too great. We had a very long string of 2-stars there and a few Diablos in a row. Again, these crystals are never super great. I wouldn't really ever recommend them. But the first crystal is slowing down. 2-star Captain America, nothing good coming around that corner. Yeah, these featured champions are never particularly good. So if you're ever considering opening these guys, I would usually recommend against them, but for me, I can't not open them, is basically what I'm trying to say here. It's just getting that shot at that new champion, it's just too intriguing. Plus, for you guys to show you what the crystals are like and whatnot before you go and spend your units on it is, at least I feel good letting you know that you should not spend your units on these. But yeah, these ones, yeah, the reels just seem to be getting worse and worse. Like, you get that occasional crystal where at least, like, the reel is interesting. Like, I know it's just an animation, but it's nice to at least have that tease, whereas these is just continuous 2-stars. There's, like, very little to no tease whatsoever of anything good coming out of these crystals, which it really stinks. I would think by now they would at least buff the odds in these crystals a little bit, like at least like the 3-stars. You know, because, like, we're up to 6-stars for crying out loud. Yes, I know these are for, like, the newer players, but for a lot of us more veteran players, I guess, it'd be nice to have something a little bit better. Email, go away. I have to blur that out now because that's actually something personal. Thank you, notifications, for screwing up another video. Gotta love it. But yeah, so these crystals, again, I wouldn't really recommend them so far, especially with this one so far. Even the reel is not very intriguing, so I definitely would recommend not getting these. I think I'm going to open up one more just because I have the units, so right now I'm going to. I have enough units. I'm good for another couple crystal openings, at least as far as my second account goes. So units right now are not the worry, but I was about to say I'm going to stop this one, but it's stopping on its own. There's a 3-star Diablo. It'd be nice if that guy could come back around. There's another one. It'd be nice if another one could come back around. But no, another 2-star Gamora. I guess not another, but just in general, 2-star Gamora. I've had, what now, pulled 30 of her before, so that's nothing new. Just, I don't know, we need something a little bit more, Kabam. Like, yeah, I don't know. I was going to do one more, and then that'll be it. I'm down to lower units than what I would like to be, but I know ways that I can definitely get those units back within the next couple weeks. Plus, as I said, the second account is good enough for a couple crystal openings on its own. So probably the next featured crystal opening will be on the second account. We've done a few on the main account in a row, so maybe that's why. Maybe that's why we're getting such bad luck. We're doing it on the main account constantly. We need to switch things up a little bit. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see for next time. But yeah, like the thing would be nice to get. Like that's the thing though. I'm looking around here, like on the reel and that. Like there's not even any like Night Thrasher, Aegon, like none of those guys. Like we're getting some Diablo, getting some Thing, but the rest are like the very like base pool champions, which is really disappointing. Like we're not even getting teased. An Aegon, a Night Thrasher, a Darkhawk, the Champions, Symbiote Supreme, like none of those guys are even being teased in this reel. Like I don't know if I've actually ever even seen one of them go by yet, which honestly is very disappointing. So yeah, just flat out just don't buy these crystals. They're not worth it. But the last crystal is slowing down. Landing next to a 3-star Thing, that's the closest we got to a tease, honestly. Like, yeah, so at this point, I would definitely recommend don't buy these crystals. They are not worth it. I'm going to keep buying them because I want to do it for you guys to at least show you not to spend your units on them. But, yeah, if you're just on the edge about getting these crystals, I wouldn't recommend them. As you can see by my results, yeah, and the reel is this, like, it's not even like a decent tease. Like, I bet you, like, even in the odds here, like, the drop rates in that, like, yeah, like, I find that hard to believe. Like, yeah, like a 20% chance of the 3-star, I find that hard to believe. Like, that would be like 1 in every 5 characters on the reel should be a 3-star then, and it's like 1 in every like 20 is a 3-star. So I find it very hard to believe that those odds are correct. Also considering that most of those 3-stars were Diablo, and he only has like a 2% chance. So, yeah, I honestly don't think that those odds are accurate. I really have a hard time believing that, considering also out of like the last, I'm gonna say like 10 or so featured crystals that I've opened, I haven't gotten a 3-star. It's just been straight 2-stars, at least as far as I can remember. Yeah, it's just been straight 2-stars. So I really have trouble believing that those odds are correct. Yes, I know they don't carry on between the crystals and all that, but still, like, you gotta give me something, Kabam. You gotta give people something. But yeah, so disappointing. Kind of honestly, again, I didn't really have any high hopes going into this crystal opening anyway. Diablo is not a character that I'm particularly interested in at this point. Again, it was kind of for those sub-feature champions, which we didn't even see in the reel. Like, I don't recall seeing any of them in the reel at any point in time. I'm hoping this is not like a bug or something that Kabam is going to come out and go, oh yeah, well there's an issue with this and now we fixed it because now I've spent my units. But if that's the case, I hope Kabam, maybe you, I don't know, you refund me. But I don't think that's the issue. I think that's just Kabam being very crappy with their crystals. So, honestly, I wish I could get up to uncollected so I can get those Grandmaster crystals, but that's a little ways away for me yet. I'm trying slowly to get through the crystals, but I'm not particularly good at this. Like, I'm not like the best at this game. Like, I do all right, but it's a little bit of a stretch for me right now, I think, to get there. I'm slowly working away at it. Hopefully one day we will get there, but yeah, I don't know. I've gone on rambling now for a little while. I've gotten a little off track, but as for this crystal opening, though, that is going to be about it. Again, unfortunately, it was a very disappointing crystal opening. Honestly, a little bit more disappointing than usual, which is not a good thing. So again, I've pressed it a lot. Don't buy these crystals if you're just thinking about it. If you're completely fine with it and it's like you don't have any second thoughts, go ahead. But if you have any form of second thought about buying these crystals, don't. Just don't. Take my advice and just don't. But yeah, so once again, thank you guys so much for watching. If you stuck around this long, thank you so very much for sticking around for this unfortunately very disappointing crystal opening. But again, thank you very much, and I do very much so appreciate it. But if you like this video, make sure to give the video a thumbs up. And if you like this kind of stuff, we got lots of it coming out all the time, so feel free to subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you got out of your Scholomantics crystal, or whatever the Grandmaster crystal is called. I don't know what it is yet. I haven't seen Seaton's video, so I don't know what it's called yet. But if you got anything good out of your crystals, let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear about it. And social media and whatnot is all down in the description below, so go check it out there. And yeah, I think that's about it. So once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Opening up a few Scholomantics crystals in Marvel Contest of Champions. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.